Hello, I'm Tita Eve, and together with Anna and Bibo, we're going to talk about biomagnification. It is a shorter term for biological magnification, also known as bioamplification. Not the literal enlargement of living things. It refers to the progressive increase in the concentration of a substance as it moves up the food chain, whereby it is incorporated into the diet of organisms such as plankton, which are eaten by fish, birds, other predators, or humans. Bioaccumulation is the concentration of a toxin in the tissues of tolerant organisms. These may be present initially in water at low concentrations. However, these bioaccumulate in the organism and become concentrated at levels that are much higher inside their cells than in the surrounding water. This process is termed bioconcentration. So, we can think of these as processes that occur within an organism, and biomagnification as that which occurs across different levels in the food chain, or what we call the trophic levels. To better understand the mechanism of biomagnification, let us review the energy pyramid. This represents the flow of energy. As it is transferred from one trophic level to the next, only about 10% will be passed on, since majority of this is released as heat. By the time the energy reaches the top, the apex predators will only receive a very small portion of the primary energy. This also means that organisms must consume more biomass from the level below in order to survive. For instance, in the process of nutrient uptake, phytoplankton may also collect certain toxins. Fishes eat vast quantities of plankton, and any accumulated toxin are further concentrated in the bodies of these animals that eat them. This is repeated at each step in the food chain. The example shows how the toxic chemical DDT becomes concentrated in the tissues of organisms, representing 4 successive trophic levels. This occurs because DDT is metabolized and excreted more slowly than the nutrients that are passed from one level to the next. The concentration of toxic chemicals in the fatty tissues of the top consumers can be millions of times higher than in the open water. Larger fishes, birds, and humans may accumulate concentrations high enough to cause serious defects or even death. Thus, top predators are particularly vulnerable to the toxins that build up in their prey. These include predatory bird species, such as the critically endangered Philippine eagle. Now let's talk about these toxic substances that can undergo biomagnification. These include persistent pollutants, heavy metals, and those produced from algal blooms. These aren't music genres, nor a band. Pops were widely used in agriculture and industry. However, these have had unforeseen impacts. To address this global concern, over 100 countries ratified the treaty known as the Stockholm Convention. But because POPs can be easily transported by wind and water and persist for long periods in the environment, the problems won't easily go away. The book Silent Spring by Rachel Carson documents the adverse effects of persistent pesticides such as DDT, which cause thinning of eggshells, cancer, and malformation in birds. POPs also include unintentionally produced chemicals such as dioxins that result from combustion, including backyard burning of trash, which was found to produce higher levels of dioxins than industrial incinerators. These can cause problems with reproduction, development, and the immune system. Another toxic substance that can bioaccumulate is the heavy metal mercury. Through biogeochemical interactions, it can be converted to methyl mercury, which can be easily absorbed into the body and cause wide range of impacts. Pollution and the release of toxins affect ecosystems. What's worse, climate change can affect trophic structures and biomagnification. The buildup of toxins can occur as a result of persistence, dynamics in the energy flow, and the rate of degradation or excretion of the toxic substance, consequently affecting the ability of organisms to adapt, reproduce, and survive. Thank you, and never stop learning!